What's good, y'all? What's good? So I decided to want to do a little series of what I'm gonna call our deep dives. By the way, I'm eating the hero, and this is gonna be called deep dives. So what I'm gonna be doing is taking something that I experienced in my past that I kind of just want to reflect on and have maybe like a 10-minute of expression of it. I'm gonna do this weekly where I'll just bring up something I experienced in the past that I just kind of want to reflect on. So today I want to talk about being a step parent. And I guess it kind of falls aligned with something I watched earlier today, that someone was talking about just us as human beings, like where we might not agree on everything. We might share one experience of something in our life, or one thing that we do like that we have in common, that connects us, that brings some type of humanity and compassion from human to human. So, my experience of being a step parent, I was 24 years old. My ex was, I think, 23. Yeah, she was 23. She had three kids by three different men. I was coming in very naive. I've never been in a relationship long term prior to that. I had an on and off situation with someone that had one kid, but I was not that involved with the child. But this time, like this situation that I was in, it was in for 5 years, and it was not easy. I was someone coming off of, I was in college for 3 years. I got dismissed from college because of my grades, and I was trying to figure out life. I was working at Walmart at the time, and I happened to meet my ex at Walmart. She was actually my boss. She was my supervisor, and um, it was interesting because I'd never been in a position like that before, where like someone that was a supervisor or in a higher position interested in me. I had I had my one ex who was older than me, and then I had another girl that was older than me that I dated and I talked to, got to know. But this situation of, and mind you, the girl was not considered gay. She was probably more like bi-curious, if anything. She's had experiences though when she was younger, but that's not for me to talk about. So we met in at work. We had to keep it on a low, and then as time went on, things kind of became more and more obvious because we would like show up together. Um, we would go home together, and so on. So once we became like officially dating, not necessarily committed, but we're talking, we're getting to know each other. And she was actually still kind of attached to a situation that she was trying to get out of. Guy was abusive and happened to be one of her kids' fathers. So I was a very naive individual going into that whole situation, not knowing anything about parenting, not necessarily trying to be a parent, but kind of just feeling my way out of this situation. And this person was in my city. I rarely dated anyone in my city for any like chance of breaking up and discomfort in the situation. So yeah, but as a step parent and dealing with three kids from three different fathers, that shit was hard. That shit was so hard. And I like I felt so bad for the kids because I wanted to be out probably within the first year, but I felt so much for the kids where it was like I felt like I was abandoning them with her because she had some serious mental health issues, and I felt compelled to just, stay with her in a way of protecting the children, in a way of supporting her to get better. I could sacrifice my own self, and I don't recommend anyone doing that. That's something I don't necessarily regret because it is what it is. I was really doing it for the right reasons, but if you can save you or them, save yourself because you'll get further by getting out of a toxic situation and not wasting your time. The biggest thing is I felt like there was part of me that wasted my time in my 20s. This was in my 20s. By the time we ended things, I was 29, right before turning 30, and I was like, I got one more year in my 20s, so I just did whatever I felt like I needed to do, because there was a lot of things put on hold while being with someone, like getting my health better and losing weight and trying to stay consistent on things. I realized I'm someone that I can't work with another person when it comes to personal goals. So I just was able to thrive a lot after that. But being a step parent and just the emotional toll it takes on you of being this person that isn't necessarily a blood relative, a parent in that way, but kind of like more like a buddy, a older friend, play uncle, aunt, whatever you want to call it. At the time I was not trans. I did not transition then. But there was a lot of things that triggered me in that relationship that made me question, I guess, how I wanted to be perceived and received, and like one of the kids wanted to call me mom, and I'm just like, nah, you have a mom. I'm just your Eden. I told them, I'm just your Eden. I'll be your Eden. I'm not gonna be anybody's parent. I did not need anybody to celebrate me on Mother's Day, Father's Day. Nah, I'm good. Let's celebrate your parent. And then that's it. But it was hard because, like, towards the end of our relationship, the kids were being told to lie to me. And that really made me just kill any type of feelings for my ex. Like, I was holding on just a little bit, but then I found out from my neighbor that one of the kids told her not to tell me because their mom said not to say anything to me about where they were, which was with the father. And there was just so much that happened in those 5 years. It's hard to even put in this short video, but the overall thing I learned is, do not get involved with someone with kids that isn't stable, mentally stable, the parent, and you being mentally stable, or at least you experience life and all of that. Children are so impressionable, and God knows all of what they've been exposed to while being with me, or me and her being together. And the things that I struggled with was, I could only say so much, and I can only discipline so much. I didn't feel right about disciplining somebody's kid, but I did, like, check them. I checked them, if anything. And I always tried to let them know, like, you don't have to lie to me. I tried to create the safest space ever because I wanted that when I was younger. Just a safe space to say anything and not feel like it's going to be held against me, where I can just be open and honest about how I felt. And so I tried to create that with them, and it it didn't pan out the way that I would have liked it to, because the trust issue wasn't really with me. The trust issue was with the parent that I was with. So being with their mom's reaction is way above, it's just overboard. And my reaction is like I'm disappointed, or I'm hurt, or I'm annoyed. But it's never to the point where they gotta worry about me harming them or anything. I just felt like it was something I never want to experience again, to be honest with you. It's not for me. I personally don't want kids, and I'm past the point of I don't believe men have kids. I don't believe in that. And I know there's a lot of trans men that are, getting impregnated. And kudos to y'all, but I just don't believe in that. I don't think that's just right. Like, I know it's possible for trans men to have kids, but men, biological men, cis men, they can't have kids. And how I am with myself as a trans guy, I see myself as a guy. I never believed I could have kids, even if I am trans. I've always said it's biologically not possible. Not possible. So, yeah, I would have liked to have gone a little deeper, but I think the gist of this first video was just to have a better understanding of my own emotions, and to deliver whatever I can of just being someone that was like freshly new to dating, in a sense. I was dating, but I was more like hooking up prior to my ex. And being able to take anyone serious for me at that time was not the easiest, but it came natural with our connection at first, because we were both Geminis. We both had fun, and it was exciting, it was hot. But then it just became a lot when you incorporate her life and everything that comes with it. And knowing now, looking back, I would never put myself through that again. Never. Not for $1 million ever. I'm good. My peace is everything to me. But yeah, this was a deep dive with me, Eden the Hero. Peace.